right, there's the Vegas Strip behind me. I'm at Orleans. First day of the Tavern League. It is November 1st. Double shift today. 7 shifts in 5 days. I have 2 today. I'm here. I clock in like 45 minutes. Gonna make a sandwich in the dining room first, and then work. Brought my camera with me. Don't usually do this at Orleans. For one, if I go as late as I can possibly go here, I can't stay later than 9. I have a shift at 10 at PH. I don't have time to go back to the address and get the camera. Also, banking on the fact that I don't deal cash today. So that's usually why I don't. In case I deal cash, I need room in my pack for the cash tips. Banking on the fact that I don't deal cash and don't need the space in my pack. So I have the camera with me, maybe film on a break. This is before I clock in, maybe film during, definitely filming after. And yeah, November 1st. When I go to PH, I will see the November EDR calendar, give you some highlights on when Cheeseburger Day is. Not gonna get my hopes up on Gyro Day, but look at the calendar when I get in later. Orleans is such a jungle, it's awesome in there. So, I was here for the 2 o'clock tournament, which is a cash tournament. Which I was wondering, is that a typo when I got the text? No, cash tournament. The Tavern League, I'll say it again, had a cash tournament. So, there were 2 90-minute periods. There was a 10-minute break between the 2 90-minute periods. It's like a cash game and a tournament. You buy in with your own money. There's a rake, just like a cash game. There's a promo drop, just like a cash game. They're high hand eligible. By the way, it's Halloween weekend. They're doing $500 high hands every 30 minutes, quads minimum to qualify, and other things going on, but that's the big thing that's drawing a ton of people in. It's real busy in there. So, first 90 minutes, it's just like a cash game. You're up, you're down, you could leave. If you make it past that first 10-minute break and you're in the second 90-minute period, it's still like a cash game, and you still have the choice to leave if you want, whenever you want, but you probably won't, because at the end of the second 90-minute period, whoever has the most chips gets a plaque, like that's the winner, as if it's a tournament. So, a little confusing. Also, the dealers are getting paid on, it's like pooling tips, because you're not buying in like a tournament. So there's no, this much money goes to the prize pool, this much money goes to the staff. It's nothing like that. So when players tip, there are these business cards that say like, I've said a few words on them, but like for every $1 you tip, you get one of those business cards. Every time you tip 5, you get this like commemorative like card protector chip. And you keep the tips in the tray, and when it's over, those tips are pooled. That's how the casino is paying the dealers to deal those downs. So it was interesting. Had to ask a ton of questions because I had absolutely no idea what this was before I walked in. Talked to the guy running it, talked to someone who dealt it last year, talked to someone who came in slightly earlier than me and knew, she was unaware of what was going on and like found out all the information she could. And then it was all for nothing because we had 4 tables set up. I was on one of the dead spreads, only 2 tables to start. So I was on a dead spread. The half hour went by, got pushed, went to the second dead spread table, and then it was so busy with cash games, they've had me dealing cash. So I clocked in at 2. At 2:30, I was dealing, and now it's 5. So yeah, I dealt 5. I actually thought it was 6. Cash game downs? No, I think it's 5:30 now. I dealt 6 cash game downs, and now I'm on break. Break will get me to 6, and I need to be out at 9 because I gotta go. I'm motioning towards Planet Hollywood over there. I need to go to Planet Hollywood and clock in at 10. So I told them I'm out at 9. So I have, yeah, 6 more downs on the clock, maximum. My next 4, the next string is 4 downs. So that will be, that will get me to 8. And then if nothing changes, from 8 to 8:30 is a break. They want me to deal 1 more, okay. I think it would make more sense for like payroll purposes and limiting costs to just send me out of here at 8, but I don't know. If nothing changes, there was a stretch where it was a 4-table string, and then I looked up and it was 5, and then I looked up and it was like, I think it was like 11 at one point, and then I think a dealer came in. I guess they like weren't sure if people were going to show or something, and then a dealer came in, but like for a brief time, if nothing changed, there was an 11 table string. But no, I dealt 6, and now I'm on break. So there you go. Came in for the cash tournament. I'm just dealing cash. By the way, yes, awful to have the camera in the pack. There's not much space in my pack, but I'm making it work. So at least no one's like slamming into it and breaking the camera. Like, I could deal with the limited space. Don't want to deal with the broken camera. So that's about it right now. World Series Game 7 just started. I think it's last time I looked up, it was bottom of the first. It was tied 0-0. So that's about it. Shout out to the guy. Forgot his name. I only see him here. I think I saw him once at Planet Hollywood, but mostly see him here, and I'm not here very much. And I think that's going to do it. Cash tournament. Never dealt that before, and still haven't. But next year I'll be ready because I have the information, even though I never actually dealt one hand of it. And by the way, so this was the bad thing. Such like a small tournament, you know, it was just 2 90-minute periods, and it's over. It's over now. So the pooling tips, those dead spreads really hurt when we have like 35 tables going for like a Sunday tournament over the summer, and there's a few dead spreads. Yeah, it hurts a little, but it's like not much. You won't even notice it in the check. Really hurt for this, having the dead spread. So I got credit for 2 downs because I was on that second table for a few minutes before they took me off and put me into the cash game string. So yeah, those dead spreads are gonna hurt, but I am getting credit for 2 of those cash tournament downs, plus all the tips I have on me from the cash games right now. By the way, I said it was a jungle. Oh yeah, there was someone, it was a new table, and the last person to the table got got yelled at by players because he wanted to wait for the button to pass. I understand that rule, like it's officially a new table and that rule's in effect so people don't slowly walk over and like maybe on the draw for button you're the big blind, and if you walk over very slowly you would miss the blinds and you could wait for the button to pass. They don't want people doing that. That's the purpose for the rule. They called 9 names, one guy didn't show, and then they called the 10th name, and this guy came over as quickly as possible, but officially it was a new table, so he had to either take the big or post. But when he wanted the option of waiting for the button to pass, people just started screaming at him. And then there was a discrepancy. This was my mistake at first. I was waiting to push into 4-8 Omaha 8. I was watching the hand, as you should. A lot could happen that will affect the first hand of my down on the final hand of the previous dealer's down. So a player gets eliminated, and the button moved to this like kind of in the middle spot, and this other guy was like not even facing the table. So I thought he was a new player and he was waiting for the button to pass, and I thought the guy who just got eliminated would have been the small. So I sit down and I say dead small 1 big, like I point to the chairs, I say dead small 1 big. I thought the guy not facing the table was a new player waiting for the button to pass. He was in between the button and the dead small. So I don't deal him in. Well, apparently he had been there for hours, just like the button was in an odd spot and he didn't have a small blind out there very quickly and he wasn't facing the table. Well, once I say dead small 1 big, okay, that's incorrect. That's my fault. But once I say that and no one at the table corrects me, none of the 8 people at the table correct me, we're living with that. So he missed his small, and then there was I mean, I'm not taking it. He threw his $2 in very late for the small, and I just pushed it back. I realized what happened, but I pushed it back and said, all right, you missed the small, and you know, next hand you'll have options. So there was people wanted me to take his $2, and I said, I'm not making him pay. He didn't get cards for this hand. And then how he was able to come back in was a huge discrepancy. I had like 3 players yelling at me 3 different things, and then I had a chip runner and a floor come over, and we got it sorted out. He was actually able to come in a way that I've never seen before, but floor sorted it out. So yeah, it was at one point, which would happen in plenty of other places, the guy who won the last hand said, here, just here's $2, do whatever you need to do, like deal this guy in, let's go, just to save time. No, the other players were not having that. You had to do it by the book and scream at me. And then we got it sorted out, but that was quite entertaining. I was actually hoping it went on for a little longer because I was being entertained by the controversy and the arguments, but we got it sorted out eventually. And yeah, I don't think anything too crazy. I think 3 of my next downs are limit hold'em, so the next 2 hours probably won't be crazy controversial, but maybe. I could hope for it. All right, only dealt 2 more downs. I was off at 7. It's like 8:45 now. Just hung out in the EDR watching the game 7 of the World Series. It's not over. Looked like it was going to be a few times. It's going into extras. So now I'm driving to Planet Hollywood, and I'm going to hang out in the EDR at Planet Hollywood and watch the game until I need to go upstairs and clock in. Nothing ridiculous happened in those last 2 downs. Oh, there was a huge pot in 816 Omaha 8. It was like capped 6 ways on multiple streets. That pot was massive. Met Pat. He was in that pot. The guy on his right said he'd seen a video. Saw Terrence again, and Figueroa was in the building. So shout outs to everybody. And yeah, oh, here's a picture of the tips. Yeah, a lot of colors in there. 1s, 2s, 3s, and 5s. And one time last year, I dealt with 4s in the rack. So yeah, in the last year and a half, Orleans has had 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s in the rack. Makes it a little confusing. So got through dealing cash thanks to the chip runner. I knew I needed a fill. I really didn't have a few seconds to like say exactly what I needed. X red chips, Y orange chips, etc. I said, like, just give me what you think is good. He came back with a good fill. And I think that's going to do it. This video is getting long with the cash tournament explanation and the chaos in my first string. So this is going to be day 1, part 1. Tomorrow's video will be day 1, part 2. And oh, I'm going to see, I'm not hungry anymore because I was in the EDR, but going to see what the November calendar has to offer. That'll kick off day 1, part 2 video tomorrow. Alright, hope nothing crucial happened in the top of the tent yesterday. The video you saw yesterday that I filmed the last scene like 10 minutes ago. Parked here on the strip, walking to PH, and yeah, excited to see what the calendar, the menu is all about for November. It is November 1st, and gotta see what's going on in the game. And I think that's about it for now. Let you know what goes on in PH when I'm up there. Hopefully something really interesting. If not, I might just go like day by day through the November calendar if I'm low on content for this day 1 part 2 video. Alright, shift is done in the elevator here at Cosmo. It's not going to be, I mean, you realize by now as I'm talking about, it's not going to be day 1 part 1 and day 1 part 2. Not like enough happened to talk about. Was on the clock about 5 hours. Interesting. Daylight savings just happened. So hopefully the software, you know, the clock in, clock out software can handle that. And worked about 5 hours at each place. Just closed here at Planet Hollywood. So yeah, it was about 14 hours, about 13 hours ago. Started on that dead spread of the cash tournament at Orleans, and just closed Planet Hollywood. Oh, EDR menu. Today they had meatballs. I wasn't hungry after eating at Orleans, but 2 cheeseburger days, always the highlight. No more gyro days. They can't even tease me anymore, just not on the menu. But the new thing that I think is taking the place of the gyro days, Swedish meatballs. Usually meatballs Italian and marinara sauce. 2 Swedish meatball days, and yes, they're going for it. Egg noodles, is that what is traditionally served with the Swedish meatballs? So look forward to those 2 days. Hope they're not just taunts like the 2 gyro days were in October, but when they happen, you'll know about it. So that's the end of a long day 1. 7 shifts in 5 days. 2 of the shifts are done. 1 of the days are done. End of the video. And remember, rice is a spoon food.